Ladies and gentlemen, coin hunters, treasure seekers, and lovers of American history, welcome back to ultra-rare US coins. Today, you and I are about to take a journey that will shake your imagination and ignite your excitement like never before. Hidden in pockets, tucked away in old jars, forgotten in attics, and resting silently in bank vaults are coins so powerful, so rare, that they can turn an ordinary life into a story of unimaginable fortune. We are not talking about small change here. No, my friends, this is about the giants of the numismatic world, Washington quarters that are more than just money. They are artifacts of history, symbols of national pride, and above all, treasures that carry staggering value in today's auction market. Each coin I am about to reveal is more than metal. It is a legend forged in silver, copper, and nickel, surviving decades and arriving in our hands today as priceless relics. Stay with me until the very end, because today's lineup of 6 ultra-rare Washington quarters will leave you breathless. Their stories will fill your heart with suspense, their beauty will capture your eyes, and their market values will make your jaw drop. By the time we reach the last coin, you will realize why collectors fight with fierce determination to own even a single piece of this treasure. So tighten your seatbelts, hold your breath, and let's dive into the world of Washington quarters that can turn you into a legend overnight. Coin number 1. The story begins with the coin that many people once passed through their hands without ever realizing its hidden power. The 1983 Washington quarter with the Denver Mint D mark. At first glance, it may look like just another quarter, but look closer, and you will see it carries a beauty and mystery that sets it apart from millions of its kind. The year 1983 was a significant period in American coinage. The mint was under pressure. The demand for circulating quarters was high, and millions were struck at the Denver Mint. But only a tiny fraction, an incredibly small number, developed a unique and mesmerizing look over time. This particular coin shines with natural red spotting across its surface, a feature that collectors recognize as a rare, almost artistic fingerprint of history. No two coins age the same way, and in this case, the red toning gives it an identity as unique as a human signature. But beauty is not the only secret this quarter carries. Its composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel, clad over a pure copper core, was never meant to stand the test of 4 decades in such radiant condition. The environmental factors, the chemistry of storage, and the passage of time all combined to gift this quarter its stunning red-speckled personality. That is what makes it stand out in the collector's universe. It is not just rare, it is one-of-a-kind rare. Collectors crave uniqueness. And when it comes to 1983 with D quarter with natural red spots, rarity is everything. Fine condition coins from this year are already sought after due to the minting errors and shortages of the early 1980s. But when you add the extra layer of beauty in toning, the demand skyrockets. In auction houses across America, eyes widen and hearts race when such a specimen is unveiled. Bidders raise their paddles, prices leap, and the tension builds in the room because everyone knows they are not bidding on just a coin, they are bidding on a piece of fortune. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin not just rare, but powerful beyond imagination, its current market value. Today, in the competitive, blazing hot world of rare coin auctions, this quarter in fine condition with those radiant red spots is valued at a staggering $94,000. Yes, you heard that right. $94,000 for a single Washington quarter. That is not just a price, that is a treasure chest in your pocket. That is a fortune capable of changing the way you look at the very coins in your hand. And let me be clear, this is not fiction, this is fact. The demand is real, the value is climbing every day, and the collectors are restless. If you are lucky enough to hold one of these in your hands, you are not holding small change, you are holding a fortune waiting to multiply. Mark my words, the market value of this coin is increasing day by day, and with patience, its worth will only grow into an even bigger treasure. For collectors, the tip here is simple yet golden. Condition and uniqueness are everything. If you come across a 1983 with D Washington quarter with unusual toning, red spots, or vibrant patina, never overlook it. Protect it, preserve it, and verify its authenticity with a professional grading service. This is the kind of coin that transforms ordinary collectors into legends in the community. So as we close the chapter on coin number 1, remember this. The 1983 with D quarter with red spotting is not just a coin, it is a miracle of time, chemistry, and history converging into a single masterpiece of value. It proves once again why the Washington quarter is not just currency, but treasure. Next coin number 2. The year 2020 was a year unlike any other in modern history, a year of uncertainty, challenges, and changes across the globe. Yet even in such times, the U.S. Mint pressed forward with one of its most celebrated programs, the America, the Beautiful Quarters series. This program honored America's national parks and natural treasures, and one of its most stunning designs came in the form of the Salt River Bay quarter. On its reverse, this coin captures the essence of St. Croix in the United States, Virgin Islands, showcasing the red mangrove tree, a symbol of life, growth, and resilience. That imagery alone makes this coin stand out as a tribute to nature and heritage. The Philadelphia Mint struck millions of them, but as with every story of rarity, only a few rose to greatness. This particular piece we are talking about today, struck in copper-nickel, clad over a copper core, shines with an extraordinary silver shade across its surface. And here's the magic. It has circulated, meaning it passed through hands, pockets, and everyday life, yet it still carries a stunning, eye-catching beauty that collectors immediately notice. The combination of circulation with preserved charm is what gives this coin its rare aura. Why is this important? Because most circulated modern coins lose their luster, becoming dull and ordinary. But this 2020 with P Salt River Bay quarter defies that pattern. Its silver-shaded brilliance in circulated condition makes it stand apart like a hidden diamond among stones. This uniqueness is why collectors across the United States are in a frenzy to track it down. Now let's talk about rarity and demand. The Salt River Bay design was only minted in 2020, and like all America, the Beautiful Quarters, production was limited to that year alone. No reissues, no second chances. Add to that the Philadelphia Mint mark, and you get a coin that was already destined to become collectible. But when you combine its limited mintage with its extraordinary silver-toned beauty and well-preserved circulated condition, you end up with something that leaps far above the ordinary collector's coin. Collectors crave stories, and this coin has it all: modern history, natural beauty, and rarity that feels almost poetic. Auction houses have seen fierce battles over specimens like this, and the tension in the room builds with every bid, because everyone knows they are not just chasing a quarter, they are chasing a treasure. And here comes the heart-stopping part of the story. The current market value of this Salt River Bay 2020 with P quarter in circulated condition with its silver shade brilliance is a staggering $74,000. Yes, $74,000 for a quarter that might have once slipped casually through someone's hands at a grocery counter. This is not pocket change. This is life-changing treasure. And let me assure you, my friends, this is no exaggeration. The demand for this coin is real. Its market value is alive and climbing every single day. If you are holding one in your collection, you are not holding a coin. You are holding a piece of fortune that grows more valuable with every sunrise. This is the kind of coin that proves modern rarities can shine just as bright as their older ancestors. For collectors watching this, here is a golden tip. Never underestimate modern quarters. Protect them, study their details, and keep an eye on their toning, condition, and mint marks. Today's ordinary-looking coin could very well become tomorrow's extraordinary fortune. The Salt River Bay 2020 with P quarter is living proof of that truth. So as we close this chapter, remember this: what you see before you is not just a quarter, it is a masterpiece struck by the United States. Mint, a tribute to America's natural wonders, and above all, a treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. A coin like this is more than a collector's dream. It is destiny in your pocket. Next coin, number 3. Now, my friends, prepare yourself, because we are about to open a chapter that stands at the very crossroads of American coinage history. A coin born in a time of transition, carrying the echoes of silver and hiding secrets that make it one of the most desired quarters ever struck in the United States. I am talking about the 1965 Washington quarter without a mint mark. A coin whose story is drenched in suspense, controversy, and staggering value. To understand why this quarter is so powerful, we have to travel back in time to the mid-1960s. America was booming, industries were growing, and coins were in high demand. But something else was happening too: the rising price of silver. The U.S. Mint faced a crisis. Silver had become so expensive that striking coins with their traditional 90% silver composition was no longer sustainable. It was draining the treasury, and the government had to make a drastic decision. And so, in 1965, a turning point came. The Mint abandoned silver for the Washington quarter and shifted to a copper-nickel-clad composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel over a pure copper core. That year, millions of new clad quarters were produced to replace their silver ancestors. But here's the twist. A very small number of quarters, dated 1965, were mistakenly struck on leftover silver planchets from 1964. These are the legendary transitional era coins, the holy grail of collectors. Now, here's where the story of rarity deepens. The 1965 quarter we're talking about today, without any mint mark, shows a silver shade brilliance that collectors instantly recognize as unusual. Even in circulated condition, its shine is undeniable, carrying that ghost of silver heritage. It is not just another copper-nickel quarter. It is a coin that whispers of a forgotten silver era and stands as proof of one of the Mint's most famous transitions. Collectors worldwide know the importance of this coin. Transitional eras are incredibly rare, and in 1965 quarters, they are treasures of treasures. To own one is to hold a piece of history that represents the very moment America's coinage changed forever. And that is why auction houses treat these coins with such reverence. When one surfaces, you can feel the electricity in the air, the anticipation buzzing as collectors prepare to bid, knowing that this is not just another coin, it is a chance to secure a legend. And now, let's talk about what makes this coin shake the numismatic world, its current market value. Today, in circulated condition, a 1965 Washington quarter without mint mark, shimmering with that silver shade, is valued at a jaw-dropping $180,000. Yes, you heard me right, $180,000 for a quarter that once could have been mistaken for pocket change. That is not a price, it is a treasure chest, a once-in-a-lifetime fortune wrapped in copper and silver glow. And let me assure you, this is no exaggeration. This is reality in the rare coin market. The demand is not just high, it is burning hot. The value of this coin is not only stable, it is climbing every single year. If you are blessed enough to own one, you are holding more than a coin. You are holding wealth, history, and destiny all in one. And believe me, its price is not done climbing. Wait, and the treasure will only grow larger. For collectors, here is the golden advice. Always test and examine your 1965 quarters. Weigh them, check their edges, and look for that unmistakable silver tone. Because buried among ordinary clad quarters may lie one of these miracles, coins that can transform your collection and your future overnight. Protect them, grade them, and treasure them, because these are the kinds of finds that define legends in the coin-collecting world. So as we close this chapter on the 1965 no-mint mark Washington quarter, remember this: it is more than a piece of metal. It is the bridge between two eras, the coin that carries the ghost of silver and the birth of clad coinage. It is a masterpiece of rarity, and for those who find it, it is nothing less than a jackpot of history and wealth. Next, coin number 4. The fourth coin in today's treasure lineup may seem at first like a modern quarter. You have seen countless times, but I assure you this is not the case. Behind its everyday face lies a rare and powerful treasure, a coin that has defied the odds and risen to become one of the most desirable quarters in the collecting world. I am talking about the 1994 Washington quarter with the Philadelphia P mint mark, a coin that shines with a silver shade brilliance and carries a story that will leave you amazed. Let's rewind the clock back to 1994. America was in a new decade of progress and change. The U.S. Mint, now decades away from the silver era, was striking billions of quarters in the copper-nickel-clad composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel bonded over a pure copper core. For the average person, these were just everyday coins, jingling in pockets and filling cash registers. But here's where the story twists. Among those billions, a few were destined to be more than ordinary. A few would survive the test of time, circulation, and wear, emerging decades later with extraordinary beauty and rarity. This 1994 with P. Washington quarter is one such treasure. Look at its surface, and you will see a silver shade glow that gives it a striking appearance, unlike the dull tones most clad quarters pick up after circulation. Combine that shine with its very fine condition, and suddenly you are staring at a coin that defies its age and rarity. For collectors, this is not just another quarter, it is a shining beacon from the 1990s, a piece that commands respect and desire. Now let's talk about what makes this coin truly special. The Philadelphia Mint struck millions in 1994, but very few survive in this type of condition. Circulated quarters usually fade, scratch, or lose their luster, but when one like this surfaces, preserved, glowing, and rich with character, it immediately captures the attention of serious collectors. Its uniqueness makes it not just rare, but exceptionally valuable. Auction houses know the power of a coin like this. When it appears on the auction block, you can feel the atmosphere shift. Collectors lean forward, eyes sharp, knowing they are about to fight for something few will ever hold. The bidding begins, numbers climb, and before long, the price skyrockets, because this is not just a quarter, it is a prize, a treasure, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And now comes the revelation that will leave you breathless. The current market value of this 1994 Washington quarter with the P mint mark, in very fine condition with its silver shade brilliance, stands at an astounding $90,000. Yes, $90,000 for a single quarter that might still be hiding in plain sight. That is not just a coin, it is a fortune, a jackpot, a treasure chest in your hand. And let me emphasize, this is not a fairy tale. This is reality in today's numismatic market. The demand for this coin is fierce, its price is alive and growing, and its future value is even brighter. If you hold one, you are not just a collector, you are the guardian of a treasure that will only grow in worth with every passing year. This is a coin that proves beyond doubt that history, rarity, and condition combine to create something that is nothing short of a miracle. Here's a tip for collectors watching: never overlook the 1990s quarters. They may seem too modern, too ordinary, but the truth is, hidden among them are treasures like this 1994 P. Look for that silver shade. Protect the coins in strong condition and have them graded if you suspect something rare. Because this is the kind of coin that transforms your collection from ordinary to legendary. The 1994 with P Washington quarter is not just currency, it is living proof that treasure can be hiding in the most unexpected decades. It is a masterpiece of rarity, beauty, and immense value, a shining star in the galaxy of Washington quarters. And my friends, we still have 2 more coins to go in today's lineup. If you think the journey has already peaked, you are mistaken, because the next coins waiting to be revealed will take us even deeper into the world of rare fortune and priceless history. Stay with me, because the treasure hunt is far from over. Next coin number 5. By now, you've seen how Washington quarters from different decades can hold staggering value. But let me take you back to a year when America was entering a new age, the late 1970s. Disco lights flashed across the nation, technology was advancing, and the United States. Mint was working tirelessly to meet the demand for coins that fueled daily commerce. Among the coins struck that year was one that would eventually rise far above its peers, earning a place among the great treasures of numismatic history. That coin is the 1979 Washington quarter with the Denver D mint mark. At first glance, some might see this as just another clad quarter, struck in the standard 75% copper and 25% nickel composition bonded over a pure copper core. But collectors know better. The 1979 with D quarter we are talking about today carries something that ordinary coins do not: a silver shade brilliance, a natural gleam that survived decades of circulation. Its fine condition preserves the strength of its details, the proud profile of George Washington on the obverse and the bold eagle on the reverse. Even after years in circulation, this coin radiates with a charm that makes it stand out as if destiny marked it from the very beginning. Now let's step into its rarity. The Denver Mint produced millions of quarters in 1979, but most of them suffered the fate of heavy use. They were spent, scraped, and forgotten in piggy banks and cash registers. Only a select few survived in remarkable condition, showing that silver-like glow collectors dream of. And it is these few, these hidden gems, that command the attention of serious numismatists. Think about the journey this coin has taken. From the mint presses of Denver in 1979, through decades of circulation, passing from hand to hand, only to emerge today as a highly valuable piece of history. It's not just a coin, it's a survivor, a testament to endurance and rarity. That's why when one of these appears in auction, the atmosphere is electric. Bidders know they are competing not for small change, but for a treasure with a story. And here comes the revelation that proves just how extraordinary this coin is. The current market value of the 1979 with D Washington quarter, in fine condition with its beautiful silver shade brilliance, is a jaw-dropping $75,000. Yes, $75,000 for a coin most people once dismissed as ordinary pocket change. This is not a myth, it is reality. This is the type of coin that can make collectors' dreams come true overnight. And let me tell you, the demand is real, the market is alive, and the value of this coin is only climbing. Every year, as collectors realize how few of these survive in such condition, the competition grows hotter. If you hold one, you are holding a treasure chest, wealth wrapped in history that only becomes more valuable as time moves forward. Do not take this lightly. This coin is not less than a fortune in your hand. Here's the golden advice for collectors. Pay attention to the late 70s quarters. Too often overlooked, these coins are filled with surprises. Search carefully for Denver mint marks, study the toning, and look for coins that shine with that unmistakable silver shade. Protect them, grade them, and cherish them, because what may look like an ordinary 1979 with a D quarter could actually be your entry into the world of extraordinary fortune. The 1979 with D Washington quarter is not just another relic of the past. It is a survivor, a treasure, and a miracle of numismatic history. It stands as living proof that hidden among everyday coins are legends waiting to be discovered. And now, my friends, prepare yourselves, because the final coin in today's lineup is waiting. And if you think you have seen everything, the last reveal will prove that the journey through the world of ultra-rare Washington quarters always has one more breathtaking surprise. Stay tuned, because the finale is about to unfold. Next coin, number 6. And now, my friends, we arrive at the final chapter of today's treasure hunt. The last coin in this journey is one that proves, without a doubt, that the world of Washington quarters is filled with miracles. Hidden in plain sight, often dismissed as ordinary, this coin has risen through history to stand as one of the most valuable finds of its era. I am talking about the year 1974 Washington quarter without a mint mark, a coin that dazzles with its silver shade brilliance and carries a story powerful enough to leave you in awe. Let's step back to the year 1974. America was in a time of change, politically, socially, and economically. The mint was producing coins in massive numbers, striking quarters in the copper-nickel-clad composition introduced in the mid-1960s. Millions were made, and to the untrained eye, they all looked the same. But here's where destiny intervened. Among the billions of ordinary coins, a small handful would shine brighter, survive stronger, and emerge decades later as treasures of unimaginable worth. This 1974 Washington quarter, struck without a mint mark, is one of those treasures. Its silver shade beauty makes it glow in a way that instantly captures the attention of collectors. Combine that with its very fine condition, and suddenly this coin becomes a piece of history preserved against all odds. It is not just another clad quarter, it is a survivor, a miracle, and a symbol of hidden wealth. The absence of a mint mark is what sets it apart. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, these quarters bore no letter, no identifying mark, just the pure, clean design of the Washington quarter. That absence, combined with its brilliant toning, gives this coin an aura of mystery and power that collectors cannot resist. But here's what makes it truly electrifying: rarity. Millions of 1974 quarters circulated heavily, losing their shine, wearing down, and becoming common pocket change. Very few, however, survived in very fine condition with such a unique silver glow. Those that did are now some of the most hunted pieces in the numismatic world. When one appears at auction, the room transforms. Bidders lock in, the air thickens with tension, and the numbers rise higher and higher. Because everyone in that room knows they are not chasing a simple coin, they are chasing a treasure chest of fortune. And now, the revelation that seals its place among legends. The current market value of this 1974 Washington quarter without mint mark, in very fine condition with its silver brilliance, stands at a jaw-dropping $87,000. Yes, $87,000 for a single quarter. That is not just a price tag, it is proof that this coin is a true treasure of our time. And let me make this clear. This is not fiction, this is fact. The value is real, the demand is burning, and the market is climbing higher every single day. If you are fortunate enough to own one, you are holding more than a coin. You are holding history, rarity, and wealth fused into a single masterpiece. Mark my words, this value will only increase with time, because coins like this do not just disappear, they grow in legend and in worth. Here is your collector's tip. Examine every 1974 quarter you come across. Look closely at the edges, the shine, and the condition. Do not overlook Philadelphia issues with no mint mark, because hidden among them could be one of these treasures. Protect it, grade it, and treasure it, because this coin is no less than a gateway to fortune. So as we close today's journey with coin number 6, remember this: the 1974 no mint mark Washington quarter is not just currency, it is a beacon of history, a miracle of preservation, and above all, a treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. It is living proof that even the most ordinary years in American coinage can hide extraordinary wealth. And now, my friends, as this journey of 6 coins comes to an end, let me leave you with this: the world of ultra-rare United States. Coins is alive, thriving, and filled with treasures waiting to be found. Each coin we revealed today is a miracle of history and rarity, each one worth a fortune that grows day by day. This is why ultra-rare U.S. coins exists, to bring you the truth, the treasures, and the thrill of discovery. We are trustful, faithful, and here with daily updates, so you never miss the next chance to uncover wealth in your own hands. Stay with us, because this is not the end. It is only the beginning of your treasure hunt.